Hello and welcome. This is Dr. John Mason of Masters of the Journey. I'm sitting here with my friend Rodger Ruge. We're in his house in Nederland, Colorado. We're up about 8,300 feet. I'm having a wonderful visit with him. It's been very healing, and I have had the chance to experience some of his tone therapy work. And I just wanted to say, Rodger, thank you for that work, and can you just introduce people to it so they can maybe consider looking at our 30-minute extended information?
Yeah, 100%. So, with the idea of sound healing, we're all vibrational beings, and sound has this way of creating a resonance inside the body. And I think we've all experienced sounds that have made us feel blissful and peaceful and calm. And we've also experienced sounds that have really kind of grated on our physiology. For example, being in a very busy city, you've got the sounds of the sirens going, trucks and all kinds of things happening around you. Or maybe you've been in a particular concert and the music has been disturbing, like it just didn't feel good inside you. Well, our bodies react with sound resonance. And so one of the beautiful things about that is when we begin to use certain specific tones on the body, the central nervous system begins to calm down. And when we can relax that central nervous system, that's when we can actually allow the body to do what it's supposed to do. When it's settled and everything's in alignment, then we can have amazing recovery from the things that are happening to us mentally and physically.
And how do you do that? My understanding, because this is what I experienced, is that he was trying to create a tone balance in my various chakra systems to rebalance me. So what do you use to do that with?
So I have two sets of tuning forks, and one of them is weighted. And so with a weighted set of tuning forks, they're pretty interesting. There's two big weights right on the end of them. And when you tap them, there's no sound vibration that you can hear. However, there's a heavy vibration in the fork that you can feel. So much like an acupuncturist would use a needle, or an acupressure person would pick a specific point in the body to relieve the congestion, if you will, the sound vibration is doing that also. What I've found with sound, however, is it's not localized to the pressure point because sound radiates. So it has a deeper push into the body physically. So I find that I can actually get deeper with that kind of calibration, if you will. The other side is a tuning fork that has no weights, but has a tone. And these tones align with the different energy centers in the body. And I have a very specific set of forks. Each fork is designed to tune up and bring into alignment at the perfect frequency each of those centers. And that's how the nervous system relaxes, and that's how the body begins to work better.
Yes, and my experience of it was very relaxing. It was one where I went into a meditative, perhaps even a sleep-like state. And today because this happened yesterday, I have noticed a residual feeling where the basic foundation of my energy levels seems to be a little bit different than it was prior to this treatment. And I'm thinking in a positive way, but I haven't been with it long enough to know all the changes. So if we wanted to invite you to watch the 30-minute sequence that we filmed that's on YouTube, and we'll have a link for that pretty much placed with the link for this. If you want to spend the extra time to really know the history of this, to explore how he got into it and why, and perhaps some of the things that he's able to do. But could you give us at least one example of a client that you've worked with, something that we could relate to?
Yeah, for sure. I've got a lot of clients come to me with issues around panic and anxiety. And a really big manifestation of that is folks who are experiencing some form of trauma in their life that has led to what we call post-traumatic stress. I've heard it now termed as an injury versus disorder, but the bottom line, it's post-trauma and stress that's in the body creating a panic and anxiety kind of feeling. I had a client of mine over the other day who has severe PTSD, and I kind of equate that to having your home, you come home and all the lights are on in the house, every appliance is running, and you'd like to plug something else in to do something, but you can't. The circuits are all taken. And to me, that's what that is. It's like all the lights are on up here. And so I used the tuning forks to turn the lights off, if you will. I began to disconnect some of those circuits, and the person fell into a deeply relaxed meditative state, actually went to sleep for a little bit, on my table, and was just relaxed. And when they came back, it was as if they'd had the best night's sleep of their life, and that was in 20 minutes. So its ability to turn off some of the circuits that are overloaded in our body is phenomenal. And I experience that with virtually every client. They get into this very deeply relaxed meditative state.
Yeah, and I met the client as they were leaving the session, and they had changed dramatically, literally floated out of here with a much greater sense of inner calm and inner peace. Could you give your Facebook page in case people want to get in touch with you or look you up?
You bet. So I have a personal Facebook page, which is Rodger Ruge, and that's Rodger, Ruge. And then I also have a Facebook page that's dedicated to this sound therapy, and that's called Mountain Sound Therapy. You can find me easily.
Mountain Sound Therapy, and we're having this in our library of Masters of the Journey, adding one more resource for people in case they want to do healing or explore their spiritual development. And thank you very much for your time. We'll get back with you another time, and hopefully we'll have something of great interest for you. Bye-bye.